Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss chapter number 1, set. So in this chapter we will discuss the definition of set, representation of set and types of set. Now come to the point, what is set? So in our daily life we often speak the collection of object in which set word is already involved. Suppose when we are talking about sofa set and dinner set. Okay, we know that in a sofa set there is a one big sofa and two small sofas and one table. So these four objects are collection of sofa set. Suppose if I included a plastic chair within the sofa set, so do we again call the sofa set? No, because plastic chairs do not fulfill the properties of sofa. So the conclusion is that set is a collection of well-defined elements where every element possesses a special property. So we can define set in simple words. A set is a well-defined collection of distinct objects. And the set is represented by capital letter like capital A, B, X, Y, etc. Different elements are collected within the curly bracket. Now, representation of the set. Set is represented by two types. First is tabular or roster form. Second one is set builder or rule form. Okay. In tabular and roster form, the elements of the set are listed and separated by commas within the bracket. Suppose if we are taking vowels in English alphabet, so A, E, I, O, U are the collection of vowels and it is listed by separated commas. Now the set builder form, we use a letter X to represent an arbitrary element of the set. Generally, it is more convenient to represent a set when we have a large set. For example, if we want to represent total Indian citizens, so it is more difficult to identify the every person. If we want to make a set in a roster form, so the billion entries are there, so it is difficult to represent set in the roster form. So we use set builder form. For example, suppose X such that X is what? X is a Indian. X is a Indian. So this is a set builder form. And if we collect the vowels, the collection of vowels by the help of commas, so this is a roster form. Take another one example. Suppose we are talking about 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11. This is a roster form. If we want to express in set builder form, so we are writing X such that X is a odd number. Is a odd number. X is a odd number where X is greater than equal to 1 but less than equals to 11. So this is a set builder form. We can define this by this way also. X such that X equal to 2n minus 1. X such that X equals to 2n minus 1. When we put in place of n 1, we get 2 minus 1, 1. If we put n equals to 2. So 2 2s are 4 minus 1, we get 3. Similarly for 3, 6 minus 1, 5. So all the elements are fit within the property 2n minus 1. So it is compulsory to notate what is n and the range of n. So where n belongs to natural number, where n belongs to natural number, and n is, we want 11 by putting n equals to 5. So n is less than equals to 5 but greater than equals to 1. N is less than equals to 5 but greater than equals to 1. Okay. So this one is completed. So it should be compulsory to notate n belongs to n, because if you don't represent the n belongs to n, so that means n is an average number. We can put in place of n minus 1 also, minus 2 also. So the elements can't be possess the properties under 2n minus 1. Got it? Now understand some symbols when we're going to start the chapter. So it should be compulsory to understand the symbols. So n represent natural numbers, set of natural numbers. Z represent set of integers. Now Q represent set of rational numbers. Now C, set of complex number. Okay, complex number is a combination of real and imaginary number. Now R is represent real number. Similarly, if we are talking about R positive, that means positive real numbers. Similarly, if we are talking about Z positive, that means positive integers, Q positive, positive rational numbers. Okay. Now take some examples to understand briefly sets. Suppose we are talking about collection of days in a week. Collection of days in a week. And collection of subjects in 10th class. Now second, collection of 2 tough subjects. Okay. So, collection of days in a week. Everyone giving the answer. Ma'am, there is a 7 weeks: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. So, everyone giving the same answer. So, that means set is a collection of those elements where everyone giving the same answer. If different person giving the different answers, so that means this statement is not a set. If we are talking about collection of subject in 10th class, so everyone saying, ma'am, science, maths, Hindi, English, SST, and one more 2 subject. So everyone giving the same answer, collection of subject in 10th class, if we are talking only about the language subject. Okay. But if we are talking collection of 2 toughest subjects, so according to distinct students, we have getting the different answer. Maybe for one person, toughest subject are maths and science, and maybe for another student, toughest subject is social science and Hindi. So everyone giving the different answer. So this is not a set where we getting the different answer by different person. So that means the statement is not a set. When we getting the same answer by every student, by every person, so that means the statement is a set. Similarly, if we take a collection of best 10 singer in India. So we don't know. According to me, maybe 10 best singer are different from according to you. So this is not a set. So at last, our conclusion, set possess an element which having the specific quality, and a set is a well-defined collection of distinct objects. Now, the next point is this symbol. This symbol is pronounced belongs to. Belongs to. It is a connection between element and set. Suppose we have a set A, B, C, D. So entries are known as element of the set. Suppose this is a set A. I am writing A belongs to capital A. So this is a connection between A and A. That means element to set. So it is noted that belongs to symbol represent the connection between element and set. Okay. Suppose we have a set A. Okay. And another one set A, B, C, D. So point should be noted. In this case, set A is used as an element in set B. Set A is used as an element in set B. So we can write set A belongs to B. But if we write set A belongs to A, so this one is incorrect, because as I am saying, belongs to symbol represent the connection between element and set. So set A is the element for set B. So this is the element here. So this element is belongs to B. Got my point? So now come to the next one interesting thing. Suppose we have a set A. Okay. Suppose I am writing follow. Now B is a set. I am writing 1. Okay. Is these are the same thing? Just think. Is these two sets are equal or not? Some are thinking yes or some are thinking no. So these two sets are the same thing. Okay, these two sets are the equal. So, and where we notice the two things. First is sequence of element, or you can say order of element doesn't matter. Okay. Now the second point, repetition of the number doesn't matter. For example, suppose I am saying Rita, Geeta, Sita in my class. So, and I am saying Sita, Sita and Geeta, Rita. So that means I am wasting my time to pronounce a name in twice manner. So, repetition doesn't matter to represent a set, but for convenience we represent each letter at a one time. Okay, so these two are the same thing, but the standard specification of every set represent single element at a once time. Okay, you can write this set. It's like this also, L, F, O, W. These are the same thing. So here the conclusion is sequence of the element doesn't matter and representation of the number doesn't matter. Repetition of the number doesn't matter. Okay. Now suppose if we count the number of elements in a set. So if we are talking about the set A, so here the number of elements we write only 4 because I am saying already repetition of the number doesn't matter. So total number of the elements in the set is 4 and total number of the elements in set B is also 4.